Hello, my divine souls. Welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness, with your spiritual guide and Twinflame coach Neha. In today's episode, we will be discussing about the hidden health effects in a Twinflame journey. What are the health effects that a divine masculine and divine feminine goes through in this journey? What if I tell you that one relationship could affect not only your emotions but also your physical well-being, your nervous system, your sleep schedule, your hormones, and even the way your brain functions? Many people on a twin flame journey describe experiences that feel extraordinary: intense emotional highs, overwhelming longing, sudden exhaustion, anxiety, insomnia, which is very common, unexplained physical sensations, and profound personal transformation. But what exactly is happening to the body during these experiences? So today we will be exploring the health effects in a twin flame journey from a psychological, emotional, and physiological perspective. Now, before discussing the health effects, let me define briefly what does a twin flame journey for all those people who are new to my channel and who are new in this journey. As we all know that the twin flame concept, it suggests that two individuals share an unusually intense soul connection that acts as a catalyst for growth, healing, and self-discovery. The stages in this journey often includes recognition, intense connection, emotional triggering, separation, inner healing, and reunion or acceptance. Regardless of one's spiritual beliefs, many participants report similar emotional and physical experiences. And that's where health becomes an important conversation. Now, one of the most significant health impacts reported during this journey involves the nervous system. That's why I have separately made a video on the nervous system and how to heal it. There are two parts, part 1 and part 2. You can go and watch and listen to it if you have not watched it yet. So it is very important to know and heal your nervous system in this journey. When a person experiences intense emotional attachment, uncertainty, or separation, the body can enter a state of heightened alertness. It is always alert and in a survival mode. This activates the sympathetic nervous system, often known as the fight or flight response. And the symptoms of this fight or flight response includes racing of heart, sweaty palms, your anxiety levels increase, muscle tensions, difficulty in relaxing, you feel restless. Many people, they interpret that these sensations are energetic shifts. However, psychologically suggests that they may also be related to emotional attachment activation and chronic stress response, which is very common. Chronic stress is very common in this journey, because the body doesn't always distinguish between physical danger and emotional distress. To the nervous system, heartbreak can feel like a genuine threat. It does not understand what is heartbreak. So, it is always on guard, and when you are going through the highs and lows in this journey, the nervous system takes it as a genuine threat. Another one is sleep problems, which is the most commonly reported experiences. Individuals have often described that they have insomnia. Even I have experienced that. Frequent waking in the middle of the night, having vivid lucid dreams, nighttime anxiety. So why does this happen? During periods of emotional intensity, right? The brain produces elevated levels of stress hormones such as cortisol, which we all know. The stress hormone is the cortisol. So high cortisol can interfere with melatonin production and disturb your normal sleep cycles. And what is the result of that? You may feel exhausted but unable to sleep. Your body is tired but you can't sleep. Some people also, they have reported that dreaming frequently about their twin flame, which happens once in a blue moon. It's not very frequent. So whether these dreams are spiritual experiences or the brain processing emotional information remains open to interpretation. What matters is recognizing that chronic sleep deprivation can significantly affect mental and physical health. Because when you don't get a proper sleep at night, your body is exhausted the entire day. And I have been there, where it was very difficult for me to sleep at night, and I used to wake up in the middle of the night. The next day, it was very exhausting for me to wake up or to concentrate in my work. Daytime, after lunch, I usually feel sleepy. My body is always feeling lethargic because it did not get the proper sleep that it is supposed to. So you have to keep on checking that how is your sleep schedule working. Now, many people, they also describe what they call as emotional purge or emotional detox, because old wounds suddenly resurfaces in this journey, like childhood trauma, abandonment issues, rejection wounds, feeling unworthy of your counterpart. So this can feel extremely overwhelming. But from a psychological perspective, intense relationships often expose unresolved emotional patterns. The mind begins bringing hidden emotions to the surface, and symptoms may include like, how do you purge? Unexpected crying for no reason, emotional mood swings, irritability, depression-like symptoms, and emotional exhaustion. And this stage of emotional detox or emotional purge can be extremely challenging. However, it often provides an opportunity for genuine healing if you approach it consciously and with somebody's support. So, you should never suppress your emotion. During this emotional detox, you should let it out. You should never suppress whatever you are feeling. Now, for some individuals, the twin flame journey can trigger significant anxiety. This is also very common, especially during your separation period, when you are no longer in contact with your counterpart. And experiences that include during this anxiety period is obsessively thinking about your counterpart, constantly stalking them on social media, WhatsApp. You have this fear of losing the connection, that the other person is going to leave you, and also getting panic attacks. Now, why does this happen? This happens because the brain's attachment systems becomes activated, and when attachment feels threatened, the body releases stress chemicals designed to motivate reconnection. In moderation, this is normal, but prolonged activation can negatively affect your health. And signs that anxiety is becoming unhealthy for you: you lost your appetite, you have difficulty in functioning the entire day, carrying out the basic work that you do, chronic worry, social withdrawal, you remain in isolation, you don't like to talk or be around anyone, physical panic symptoms. And if these symptoms become severe, remember that professional support is required. Do not hesitate to ask help, because anxiety to a certain level is tolerable. Once that gets intense, it affects your entire body. So, professional help is required during such moments. Now, many people, they report physical symptoms also during this journey, which may include fatigue, feeling lethargic, headaches, especially migraines. A lot of of divine masculines, they have complained about migraines. They get constant migraines because their brain is never on rest. Maximum of them are workaholics, and some of them, they already have problems like eye problem or migraine, since a very young age. You have digestive issues, chest tightening, you feel like you can't breathe, your appetite completely changes. The food which you liked having years ago, you don't like eating that way anymore. Changes in energy levels, changes in weight. Some people, they lose weight, some people, they gain weight. I gained weight. I was surprised. That is because I was constantly in fear of abandonment, fear of losing this journey, fear of losing the counterpart. I was in constant fear, and that fear built up in me so aggressively that it started affecting my hormones, and it spiked up my cortisol levels, which I was bound, and I suddenly put on weight, and I couldn't understand why. And in the divine feminines, a very common sickness is hormonal issues, PCOD, PCOS, thyroid because your throat chakra is blocked, PCOS because your sacral chakra is blocked. You are carrying your mother, your grandmother's fear, unresolved fears in your womb. That's why you get these PCOD, PCOS, you start putting on weight. So it is important to remember that physical symptoms should never automatically be attributed to spiritual causes. You should go and consult a healthcare professional, and not think that just because I'm telling you certain symptoms out here, you just cannot assume it. You need to get yourself checked, because emotional stress can absolutely manifest physically. Like I told you, PCOD and PCOS happens when your cortisol levels are high, and especially when you are in a journey like this, where every time you have to walk on eggshells and there is no certainty, and you don't know how to handle or balance during the beginning of your journey. This emotional stress automatically, it manifests physically, and you get many sickness. So the mind and body are deeply interconnected, and chronic stress can influence digestion, immune functions, hormone balance, inflammation levels, and cardiovascular health. The body often communicates emotional strain through physical discomfort, and it shows in your body when you have not checked it or you have been ignoring for a very long time. Now let's talk about the brain chemistry of intense connections. During intense romantic or emotional experiences, the brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and adrenaline. Dopamine creates feeling of anticipation and reward. That's why when your counterpart comes, showers you with love, or talks to you nicely, that is where your dopamine creates feeling of anticipation, and you feel like you are rewarded, you are happy. Oxytocin promotes bonding, and adrenaline increases excitement and alertness. And together these chemicals can create a powerful feeling of connection. However, when the connection becomes uncertain or unavailable, the brain may experience withdrawal-like effects. This can contribute to craving for contact, emotional instability, obsessively thinking about your counterpart, and mood swings. This does not invalidate the connection. It simply highlights that biology also plays an important role in how we experience relationships. Because when your counterpart is near you, you have this dopamine, oxytocin, and adrenaline working together. But as soon as they leave or you are in separation, your brain cannot handle that separation. And that's why you're constantly overthinking. Now many twin flames, they experience personal transformation, and that is why we are here. That's why you are in this journey, because it mainly focuses on your personal transformation. You have awareness, your lifestyle changes, health conscious behavior, and you have greater emotional intelligence also. These positive shifts can lead to meaningful health benefits. Many people during this journey, when they reach a certain ascension period, they exercise more, they eat healthier, they look younger also. There are many divine feminines who look absolutely, it's like they are reversing their age. They reduce harmful habits, addictions, they develop mindfulness practices and improve emotional regulation. They know how to balance their emotions, right? When you have ascended, you have done the inner work, so you understand. And you can regulate your emotions no matter your counterpart is near or you are in separation. So in this sense, the journey can act as a catalyst for personal growth. The key is ensuring that spirituality supports well-being rather than replacing professional, medical or psychological care. It supports you to become a better person, but that does not mean that you will ignore your health and just focus on spirituality, twin flame journey and its symptoms, and ignore the symptoms that your body is showing you, or your body is telling you that you need a checkup or professional medical help. Now, the long-term emotional stress that we go through during this journey, the highs and lows, it just doesn't affect your mood. It also affects your immune system. Now let's talk about the immune system. How is it affected? The research has consistently shown that the chronic stress, which is very common, can contribute to increased inflammation. And what happens when your inflammation is increased? You gain weight. Many people, I am one of them, I joined gym. I did everything, to get back into shape. But I couldn't. And I thought the main problem was my hormone, because I've got PCOD. That is also one of the reasons. But another reason was I had inflammation. That's why instead of becoming fit, some exercises or some workouts triggered my hormones and I could not lose weight. So inflammation, sometimes some people, their body is designed in such a way that they have inflammation, and during inflammation, if you eat consciously, you maintain a good lifestyle, you will automatically get back into shape. You have slower recovery when you have chronic stress. You don't recover from sickness, and you become susceptible to illnesses more frequently. So if someone spends months or years in emotional turmoil, the body may begin paying the price. And that is why self-care is not optional during these emotional journeys. It's absolutely essential. That's why I told you, you should always be mindful of your health. Even if this journey is putting you through intense highs and lows, please take care of your health. Because health, your body, is something that is only one. You cannot replace it. I know you cannot replace this journey either, but then this journey will keep on continuing. The more you focus on yourself, the more you take care of yourself, the more you're going to ascend. Like I told you, inner work is not just about meditation. Sometimes it's coming into self-love and loving yourself to that extent where you eat consciously, sleep consciously, exercise consciously. Everything around you is in discipline. So, I will tell you some of the tips that how can you protect your health during this journey. Prioritize your sleep. Please prioritize your sleep. Create a consistent sleep schedule. Reduce your screen time and practice relaxation techniques. I know it's very difficult to come out of that overthinking phase, but your sleep can impact your health overall. Exercise regularly. Make it a discipline to exercise. Don't be lazy. Practice mindfulness like meditation. If you don't like to do meditation, do breath works that can calm you down. calm your nervous system. Journaling, which is very important. Journal your emotions. Write it down. Just write whatever you feel. Let it flow. Nobody is going to see your diary. Nobody is going to judge you. Just write. That is how you release your... What happens when you write? Why I tell you people to write? When you write, you release your energy. Doing meditation, doing yoga is releasing your energy. The stuck energies. Breath work, it releases your stuck energy. Writing down your emotions, crying, releases your energy. So don't think that journaling is just a joke. You're releasing energy through writing. Maintain social connections. Don't isolate yourself too much. With boundaries, good people whom you trust. Focus on your own growth. Don't focus on other person's growth. That is not your job. Focus on your well-being. What are you studying? Where your career is going? How you are taking care of your health. Don't run behind people. Run behind yourself. I'll always keep on telling you, and I will always tell you, wear your oxygen mask first before helping others. Okay? Especially in this journey. So the twin flame journey is often described as one of the most transformative experiences a person can encounter. But remember that transformation is not just spiritual awakening. It is extremely difficult because it is emotional, it is psychological, and it is physical. Your nervous system matters, your mental health matters, your physical well-being matters. And the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. So, always take care of yourself in this journey. Even if you have to be selfish, be selfish. Because you are the only one who is ascending and leading your counterpart in this journey. If you fall apart, if you become weak physically, mentally, who is going to lead this journey? Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to stand back again, and again you have to start from zero. So that's why when you ascend spiritually, but at the same time also maintain a balance where you are taking care of your health, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your material well-being. Thank you for watching. If you really like this episode, please like, share and subscribe. For any kind of personal guidance and counseling, you can WhatsApp or email me. My contact details have been given in the description box. I provide 10 to 15 minutes demo session before booking any counseling or guidance session. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Keep supporting my channel. I thank all the subscribers for being a part of this soul family. I'll see you again in another episode.